Okay, so first off, don't make me cry.
No promises. All right, everyone. Michael Block is with us here after his third round at the 105th PGA Championship. Michael, another solid, even par 70 for you today. Can you maybe summarize your round for us?
You know, I thought at the beginning of the day, I told we were watching TV earlier and it was pouring rain and it was brutal conditions. The rough is sticky and tough, but I said to everybody sitting on the couches this morning, I said, if I could pull off another 70, which I think I can, if I keep it in the fairways, we'd be in a good spot. And I was able to do that. I was able to scathe off that double bogey I had on the front nine, and then a really bad three-putt I had on, I think, 13, and that really upset me, and I was able to have a couple of birdies after that and come in at even par. So I'm thrilled with the day. These conditions aren't exactly my cup of tea, but I was able to get through it.
Great. We'll open it up for questions, starting on 7, 12, and then 11, please.
Over here. Michael, what's the biggest check you've received for playing in a golf tournament?
$75,000, 2014 Club Professional National Championship at the Dunes Club in Myrtle Beach.
You were able to rattle that one off pretty quick. It
was a 2001 California State Open for $4,500 for a long, long time. And, when I got $75K in one tournament, I was very happy. And
if you finish in the top 10 this week, you're going to make at least $465. They say you don't want to hear it. How do you? The question is, how do you block out all the, no pun intended, how do you block out all of the what could come with this with a good round tomorrow?
I don't listen to what I did on 5 yesterday. I don't listen about what I might make or could make or anything like that. I pretty much am putting my head down. I didn't even look at Rosie's face for the first 3 holes because I'm a big fan of Rosie and I've watched him my whole life. And I knew that it could get a little too intimidating in the fact that I'm like, holy crap, I'm sitting here playing with Justin Rose, right? And that might get too big for me. So I literally just kind of looked down, looked at his shoes the first couple of holes, and got off to a decent start and went on from there.
Great. With all that, Michael, the gravity of this, the history you're making every single day with your place on the leaderboard as you finish holes, how are you able to maintain this even keel? I mean, there is nothing more perfect par than 3 straight 70s. Do anything besides looking at J. Rose's shoes?
Yeah, no, I honestly just played really smart with John Jackson, my caddy. He made a couple great calls on clubs, especially on that back 9 on 14 up the hill. When I was doing the ear pod thing for the television coverage, he had me take an extra club, which was just enough. I made a birdie there, and along with the next hole, the par 3, I took another club because of him and made another birdie. So he was huge. We plodded along. I told him at the beginning of the day, I go, I'm going to hit bad shots. When I hit the bad shot, we're going to play smart. We're going to get out, and then we're going to rely on my wedge game and my putting to save my butt. And my putting my whole life has saved me for a long, long time. There's a reason why that putter's been in my bag for over 20 years. And these greens and the loft in that putter are absolutely perfect and gives me a lot of confidence.
Great. Up to 11.
Michael, take a look at, now it's off the screen. There's some big names that are just ahead of you on the leaderboard
I'm not looking.
Here. I'm wondering, have you learned anything from watching some of them this week?
No. I mean, if anything, I love Rosie, but I can compete against these guys. To be honest, I can compete against them. I can hang. I could post a 300 or 400 tomorrow. Especially if I get the fairways rolling again. It's kind of a bummer because I'm the short knocker out here and I rely on roll, right? And so I had no roll today, which made it ultra long. The first couple of days, I'm just loving my 50 yards of rollout, right? I hit it 347 or something like that on 18 yesterday, and I think I hit it 267 today. So I'm hoping it dries out a lot. I hope we don't get any more rain. But, yeah, being around these guys is what I learned to do is commit, be confident, and play your game.
5 and then 4.
Michael, with all the energy around you this week, how difficult is it for you to stay down to earth?
Stay down to earth?
Yeah.
Have you met my wife? She will keep you down to earth more than anyone in the world. She's an Argentinian Italian fireball that will tell me everything you don't want to hear. But yeah, she'll keep me down to earth like you have no idea. It's pretty easy for me. I grew up in St. Louis. I grew up in Iowa, kind of combination, Midwest roots. My parents would never let me get outside my box, right? And I'm just having fun. Everyone's so cool, and the people are great. We got to dinner. Everyone is so awesome, and the fans have been amazing, and you guys have been great, and I'm just having a good time.
Ford?
Michael, 2 questions. How much fun are you having this week?
I doubt if anybody on this entire property loves golf as much as I love golf, period. I grew up my whole life waking up to the Golf Channel at 6:30 in the morning to watch the European Tour, because that's all that was on. But I was like, I'm watching the European Tour. You know, Colin Montgomery was the man, and I was lucky enough to get paired with him in the 2014 PGA Championship Valhalla, which was the coolest experience ever. But I'm a PGA member that loves the game more than anything, and I'm sitting here right now absolutely blown away by this experience. But at the same time, I'm blown away by how my game's actually showing up. You know, my game that I've always had, and these guys, you know, Pat Cantley and Bo and these guys that I play with, they know I have this game. They know it. And they're always like, Blackie, what are you doing? You know, I come out and I shoot 76 or 77. I shoot 73 at La Quinta Country Club to miss the cut. This year at the American Express, it was horrible. And I'm finally here, and I've finally done it. And honestly, this is only going to give me more confidence moving forward.
What's been the difference this week compared to past years, past tournaments, past?
I shot 73 last year on Friday at Southern Hills in like blowing wind in the afternoon on a really difficult golf course. Then I shot 65 at American Express, the first round on the Nicholas tournament course in the American Express this year. Then I shot 73 on the Friday at the Farmers in 40-mile-an-hour winds on the South course. So my game's been going forward. I've been gaining confidence in it. And if I can do it at the South course in 30, 40-mile-an-hour winds and shoot 73, I can shoot 70 here in anything.
Can you win tomorrow?
I don't know where everyone's at. I think 6 under's leading. I'm even par. I'm 6 back. I mean, they'd have to come back a little bit, but can I shoot 3 or 4 under? 100%. Absolutely. Especially if the fairways dry out a little bit. That would be a huge thing for me.
All right, let's go 8, 13, and then 1 points.
Michael? Michael O, just over here. As much as you block out the attention and the talk about what your paycheck could be, how different is it to be, you seem like a natural to be walking up the fairway, doing an interview, and dealing with the galleries the way you are. What is that about your makeup that you're capable of doing that and look comfortable of doing that?
Oh, it's built-in club professional. You know, you deal with 600 different personalities, right? You got a lawyer telling you how to grow grass, and you got an accountant telling you that the burger wasn't cooked right. You know, it's like, you know, so you got to deal with it, and you know how to deal with everybody under the sun. So that's a natural thing for me. I don't have to try to do that. I'm just being, like I said, I'm just being myself. That's my big goal. My wife used to give me so much crap because for the first 100 interviews in my life back in the day, not with you guys, but much smaller interviews, I was very, yes, like kind of what I hear, honestly, with a lot of the guys here when I see them doing this. It's just like, dude, you know, and I just became way more natural. My wife really kind of told me to do that, and it's worked out beautifully, so she was right.
Could you envision, though, doing an interview as you're walking up down a fairway?
With Jim Nance?
Yeah.
Or Scott Van Pelt?
Yeah.
No, not even close. Not even close. And yeah, it's been cool. It's just been awesome. Then Scott came up to me right before I was teeing off today and expressed how much he enjoyed the interview I had with him on 14 the other day, and how he'd been around the game for a long time and he had never kind of heard something like that. And I was just like, I looked at my caddy and my friend, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just being myself, and I'm having a good time. I'm playing golf, how I play golf. And if you guys ever came to Royal Chibuco Golf Club and you talk to everybody there, this is me day in, day out. Golf game, personality, everything.
Michael, many congrats on an amazing week so far. Whatever happens tomorrow, how do you think years from now you'll look back on this whole week, this whole experience?
I'll look back at it and I'll say, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you enjoyed the moment. I've learned that at this point to enjoy the moment, to sit back and relax and enjoy it, and because it goes by fast, right? And life goes by fast, and before you know it, you're 6 years old, you're retired, and you look back at the videos on this and you remember that was the best week of my life. And more than likely, this is probably going to be the best week of my life. So I'm going to sit back as much as I can with my friends and family at the house we rented and watch the videos tonight and see all my new followers on Instagram. It's been crazy. It's been awesome. Yeah, it's been really cool. And my biggest thing is just enjoying the moment for sure.
We got time for 2 more, 1 and then 10.
You said yesterday that today the hole was going to look pretty big for you. Did it?
Yeah, I knew it right away. I knew it on the putting green. A couple of the people just around the putting green, I made my first 6 putts from, I don't know, 10, 12, 14 feet and just dripping right in the middle of the cup. And I'm like, oh. And I told my caddy, John, we just need to get on the green. Because all we need to do is get on the green. Play smart. If we get in trouble, get out to 15 feet. I've got a 60% chance of making it from 15 feet right now. So that's kind of the deal. Play smart, and it's kind of nice having that as a weapon.
Michael, you've just spent 4 hours in the company, or 4.5 hours in the company of Justin Rose. What strikes you about him, both as a character and as a golfer?
About Justin? World-class human, world-class golfer. Mr. McGinley talked about it last night on television coverage, how he would take me under the wing and take care of me, and he did. He was fantastic. Rosie and his caddy were fantastic. Couldn't have asked for a better pairing. Along with my first pairing with Hayden and Taylor on Thursday and Friday. I've had very nice pairings. I have no idea who I'm going to be paired with tomorrow, but I'll make sure that they have a good time.
In what way was he fantastic? Sorry to...
Why is he fantastic?
No, in what way was he fantastic?
Oh, conversation, applauding good shots, whatever it might be. We talked family, we talked golf. He's super supportive, and couldn't have asked for. It was like a buddy, just walking down the street. And the coolest part in the world is now that down the road, I'm playing in the Farmers at American Express next year, or whatever, maybe the PGA Championship, and Rosie's sitting there at the Players Lounge having lunch. I'll sit down with him.
One more real quick, up to 10.
When you haven't spent, I'm over here, when you haven't spent your whole adult life in the middle of roars and ovations like that, is there a way you describe what they're like?
Yeah, I told my caddy, I go, if I make this putt on 18, this is going to be the closest thing I'm ever going to get to hitting like a Game 7 home run. That was, I literally told my caddy before I even before I putted on 18, because I literally felt that if that putt went in on 18 for birdie to go to 1 under total, it would have been an experience unlike any experience I've ever had in my life. But the coolest thing about it was I still had that feeling and moment even without making it, which is even cooler.